Hey everybody, Jason here. Wanted to do a quick update on the two tanks since I put the BioHome Ultimate filter media in there. So it's been about 24 hours since I just set this sump up in the last video. And I tested my water and noticed that the pH rose a little bit from about 7.4 to 8 or 8.4. Somewhere around there. Not sure exactly why. Pretty sure it has to do with the filter media. So what I'm going to do is put in my driftwood, take out some of those rocks. Driftwood is supposed to lower the pH, and I'll take out some of those. I mean, having all kinds of rocks and stuff will always keep your pH very high, at a higher level. I mean, having around an 8 pH isn't too bad, but it's getting a little high. Not comfortable with that. So I'm going to put the driftwood in there. It's ready to go. And also the quarantine tank with the rams. The rams are doing really good. They're actually starting to have some colors come out. Kind of hard to show in this tank. There's not much light. Also, I tested this water, and the ammonia is getting a little bit higher, and that's expected from setting up a new tank. So it's kind of interesting on the two tests here, setting up a brand new tank with the filter media. The ammonia is going high, which isn't too bad. The ammonia is not really that high, but the nitrates and nitrites and pH are fine in this tank. Just the ammonia is a little high. And in the established tank, everything stayed the same except for the pH. So kind of interesting. Two different tests with the media, what's going on. So this tank I'm going to be doing a big water change to get some of that ammonia out of there. And I wanted to do a separate video on the driftwood, but since I need to get the driftwood in there pretty quick because of the pH, for anyone who's looking to put driftwood in their tank, just soak it or boil it. Boiling it's pretty difficult because you got to have a huge pot. I mean, this piece is just over a foot long. I tried boiling it a little bit one time, and I just don't want to run up my electric bill. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know if that's clear or not. But anyway, it's a nice piece. It's got some really cool texture to it. So there's just a little bit of color left in the water. It's not that bad. It's been in there. I change the water every day and just let it soak. I put in warm water, and so I think it's ready to go in. And with the filter and the carbon, it'll keep the color. It'll keep the color from changing, or it'll keep the color out of the tank. Sorry. So first thing I'm going to do is do a water change on the quarantine tank, and then I will change out some of the decorations in the established tank. Alrighty, we'll go from there. I'll be back when this is done. Well, there she is, all done. I know it's a little hard to see because of the glare. Water's a little foggy from messing with the tank. But the piece of wood looks cool. The aquarium looks pretty good. I like it. Fish are a little weirded out by it, wondering what the heck happened. Anyway, I wiped down the glass, get all the algae off, and I kind of disturbed the sand to get all the algae sand underneath, mix it up, and took out most of the rocks, put the driftwood in, and put the plant that I had in the quarantine tank in there. I cut it up, pruned it a little bit. None of the plants are live plants. I want to get live plants. That's my next step. There's my rams. They're wigging out now because I did a water change and took out their decoration. So tomorrow I'm going to test the water, see if the driftwood helped the pH go down a little bit. And if the water's all good, I think I'll put the rams in. And I'm pretty sure all the ick is out of the tank. Oh, also one of my red wags died. It was from the ick. He didn't make it. But they're community fish. They're not exactly the most hardy fish. But the 3 tetras are going strong, and I got 2 red wags, and they all seem to be completely healthy. I'm pretty sure the ick's out of the tank. I did almost a 50% water change and set up the sump. So I think everything's good. Anyway, so you guys, if anyone wants to put driftwood in your tank, get a piece of driftwood from your. I would recommend buying it at the pet store because I think the wood there has been sterilized. I wouldn't recommend picking up wood off a riverbed or anything like that. Who knows what parasites have in it. But whatever piece of wood you get, I would definitely recommend boiling as much of it as you can to kill any parasites, and you can get the color out. Whenever you put driftwood in water, it's going to leach color for a long time. That's why you got to soak it for a couple weeks and get the color out. But it looks pretty cool. I like it. Definitely gives it a more natural look. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know the glare, trying to get in the way of the glare of the window. Anyway, so that's the update on this video. The sump is still working good. I just did the water change on the rams to get a lot of the ammonia out, and if all goes well, the rams are going in tomorrow. And that's that. Thanks for watching, guys.